Hello there and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And if you're new to my channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. Join the AB Creative Crew. We do sketchy art things. Hello! It's been a while. I've been gone for a long time. I know. There's like a lot of reasons for it. Big main reason was I was just getting ready to move out from being in the hotel to being in our apartment. And there's a lot of funny things I can tell you about the apartment. It's a really nice place. I'm really digging it this far. We've had internet for about a week or so, but we've also just been back about a couple weeks ago. So aside from moving from the hotel to our apartment, we also went to visit some family in, was it Montana or Michigan? I think it was, I forget. I know I went to visit some family up in Alaska. That was fun. It was nice and crisp and cold, and all the leaves were a lovely gold orange hue, and it was really pretty going back home to Alaska and getting to see a lot of places in, I think, actually it probably, I don't know, it's one of the states that starts with an M. That's colder right now. I got to see ghost towns, and that was really cool. I got to see a ghost mine. That was really cool. I know that we stopped at one point to look at a Freemason thing because my brother-in-law is a Freemason, so he's always really excited whenever he's like going to weird historical places and he sees Freemason stuff, and he's like, "Come look at this block. This Look at this column. It's Freemason stuff. I can't tell you what it's about because it's secret." And it's like, you're so weird. You're so weird. We just stopped to look at a block. It might have been marble. I don't know. But it was pretty nifty to look at this carved block with different Freemason symbols. And it was really fun being at the ghost mine. It was fun being at the ghost village. Some of the houses felt really weird, but it was kind of weird just going through these dilapidated, well-maintained on the outside, sort of just kept good enough on the inside, abandoned places. And I think we got to go to this one area where they did the hangings in the ghost town, which that was kind of cool. They do like a recreation of what day-to-day life was like in the town. And there's this one bar in the ghost town, and this is really sidetracky, but you know me, art rambles. We ramble about everything and anything, but like there's this one bar that during winter, if people died, they kept the bodies on like they kept them on the bar. They kept them on the long table, so that they wouldn't freeze to the ground because there was no way to like bury them. And I thought that was pretty nifty and kind of gross. I was like, I don't want my booze on a table where a dead body's been. That's kind of creepy. But that's just like personal savors. I don't know. But I thought it was cool. And I got to visit my niece, my little niece Dakota. She's super cute. She is 1.5, and oh my goodness, she's so much like her mom when she was a kid. Like, she does this one thing, and I know it sounds stupid to talk about other people's kid, but she does this one thing that my sister used to do as a kid, where when she's sleeping, she'll have a tendency to find out a way to, like, throughout the night, roll herself around and get her foot into your rib. And it's just like, that's just such a thing that your mom used to do. And looking just like her, you little cutie patootie. And she's just a little hyper. I'm like mixing happy and hyper together. I shouldn't clap so close to the mic, because that seems kind of rude. But when I get excited, I start to clap and flail my hands around. But she's such a happy little hyper kid, and so adorable and stuff. But yeah, I mostly went to Alaska to get my name changed on my driver's license and get some info updated. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, now I have an updated driver's license. I finally got that in the mail due to my lovely mother-in-law sending that to me. And a really fun thing that we did, I think it was Montana. Is that we got this like sapphire bag of gravel and we picked out sapphires and other semi-precious gems out of it. I think it was a lot of citrine, some Montana sapphire, and lots of other fun things. I think there were like maybe a couple bits of like garnet and ruby, because there was also a ruby gravel bag, and that was like hours of fun for way too much money for the tiny jar of gems that we got out of that. Moving's been great. I like the neighbors. They're all pretty nice. Walls are thick enough just so you can't hear conversations, but thin enough that you can hear whenever a kid is slamming a cupboard. And it happens way too frequently sometimes. But it's okay. Kids are gonna do what kids are gonna do. And baby proofing does nothing. They'll figure out a way to open it eventually. Like, all babies figure out how to open the baby gate if they watch you enough times. Because they're smart. They're smart little tricksy devils. But there's lots of pets. I've met a couple of the neighbors thus far. I know my across the way neighbor. I know a couple of the neighbors next door. There's one guy who's known as the Cat Man. I think his name is Mike. He owns his own cat, which I've forgotten that cat's name, but normally I'm really good at remembering pet's name. Across the way, they have a cat whose name is Pudge. And at the end, there's a dog named Dakota. And I think it's weird that I remember all the pets' names, but sometimes I forget to remember the owner's name. So they think it's really weird that I'll ask how the dog is doing. Which I think I scared a neighbor that way. It was kind of funny. We've only had internet for like a couple of weeks, and we have been kind of abusing the heck out of it, since it's sort of good internet, it's sort of not good internet. But what are you gonna do with a provider called Cox? I don't know. Make fun of it, I guess. Anyways, this is just a ramble brought to you by AB Make It Artwork, where we just talk about everything and anything after our wine hangovers. Anyways, way off track. We got new internet. I've been totally obsessed with watching this Dungeons and Dragons crew since I found them. I think I found them before we had left to go visit family in other states, and they are Acquisitions Incorporated test scene team. And they are so much fun to watch. I've loved watching them. I'm almost done with season 2. I only have like 20 more episodes to go, I think. 20 or less episodes to go before I finish the season 2. They've done up to 2 seasons of them playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you're curious on how to find them, their channel is The Penny Arcade. And I love listening to them because it's very roleplay heavy. And I love the story, I love the characters, I love the interaction between the people who are playing the characters, and just I love a lot of what they do. And something I did is that I drew some portraits, I shared it on my Instagram and my Twitter, and that was really fun, of the cast of the characters, because I just love them so much. I love the series. It's really fun to listen to them talk, and they're like 2 hours. Sometimes I draw while listening to it. Most of the time I just watch them play Dungeons and Dragons, and I really want to play Dungeons and Dragons now. And I'm just going to leave it on that I'm like getting really obsessed and hyped for Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe I'll do a video on me making my character. Anyways, you can find me on any of my other accounts. I have a DeviantArt, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and a Pinterest that I use for references sometimes. I should probably utilize that more often. All the links for those accounts are down in the description down below. If you want, leave a like, subscribe, do what you do. I hope you have a wonderful day, all of y'all. And make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you. Lots of love and new places high and low. Bye-bye.